With Borderlands 4 being just around the corner, dropping in 2025, I figured there were 5 things you should probably know about the game before it comes out. But before we get into this video, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 60k before Borderlands 4 and we're so close. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So, coming in at number 5, and the reason why you probably clicked on this video, Lilith isn't dead. This has been confirmed numerous times by the developers, but most recently by Randy Pitchford on the Echoes from the Borderlands podcast. A direct quote from Randy Pitchford says, "There is a lot of unfinished business in Borderlands 3. I'll just say it, Lilith is not dead." So this is confirming that at the end of Borderlands 3, when Lilith flies into Elpis, she does not actually die. Rather, she is protecting Elpis, and Randy did also go on to clarify that Elpis also was not destroyed when Lilith flew into it during Borderlands 3. She actually phase shifted the planet somewhere else, and we now know that that somewhere else is going to be resumed in Borderlands 4 with the moon appearing elsewhere. I know a lot of people were wondering if perhaps Lilith was dead and they were curious how that's even possible for her to be there, or maybe the Firehawk thing appearing when Elpis teleports is her dying, but no, Lilith is actually alive, and this is also further confirmed in DLC 6 for Borderlands 3. At the end of DLC 6, after finishing the mission, Ava just straight up says, "Lilith is alive and we are gonna go and find her," basically verbatim. So if you didn't already know, it is confirmed that Lilith is alive and Borderlands 4 will be us finding Lilith. But let's get out of story related stuff and go into just general gameplay changes, where we go to number 4, which is just brand new changes to Borderlands 4, which will be presumably coming to the game. If you remember, Borderlands 3 recently just got a change which added an option to make a max level character once you've finished the game and gotten a character to max level already, as well as another quality of life option to have auto trashing on picking up loot. Aside from that, in the past we've also received other quality of life stuff, such as higher SDU caps, which they added in, and also a cutscene skipping option. We also saw more quality of life stuff, like being able to teleport directly to your vehicle, and with the addition of arms race, we also saw the return of being able to just outright fast travel anywhere without having to travel using Sanctuary. So why am I bringing all of this up? Well, I think it's safe to assume, especially given the most recent update, that all of these features will be coming over into Borderlands 4. It just seems mighty weird that, especially with the last update adding in such an out of the blue feature, despite fans having been asking for it for a while granted, that it just wouldn't be in the game. So I think it's safe to assume that everything I've just listed is going to be in Borderlands 4, plus the addition of new and exciting features we haven't seen yet. I know a lot of people are hoping for improvements to farming, because farming is basically the core of Borderlands, and I can definitely echo that sentiment, and hopefully we do get something like that. Now, let's go into number 3, and this is a big one. No more last gen. You heard that right. Borderlands 4, at least to our knowledge as of right now, is not going to be launching on PS4 or Xbox One. Every listing that has come out for Borderlands 4 shows that it will only be launching on PS5, Xbox Series X or S, and Steam and Epic Store. But last gen has been completely ditched, and this is huge news for people who bought into Randy Pitchford talking about the deal with Pearlescence and why they couldn't come to Borderlands 3, that being a last gen issue. So a lot of people are hoping that now moving over to newer gen means that this game is going to have room for more exciting features like ray tracing, which we also talked about on the channel just recently. So yes, it has been confirmed that Borderlands 4 will not be on last gen, at least as of right now, and that is huge news and hopefully can only mean good things for optimization especially, and some of the more features we'll see in the game going forward. Now let's go into number 2, and this is going to be War is Coming, and this is basically the story of the Watcher and the ending of Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I shouldn't have to recap this because I'm pretty sure everyone and their mum knows by now, but I'll do a quick one for those of you who are out of the loop. Basically, at the end of Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which takes place after the events of Borderlands 2, the Watcher shows up on Sanctuary and warns the Vault Hunters of an incoming war. It states that you'll need as many Vault Hunters as you can possibly get, and then we heard nothing. Borderlands 3 was basically radio silence on that front, account, but it's safe to say that in Borderlands 4 this war is going to take place. And the reason why I'm bringing up the war is because it has a lot of significance with number 1, because this could be the end of everything as we know it unless we get in there and stop it, and this all has to do with one specific race who, to our knowledge, we haven't actually seen in the Borderlands franchise physically until presumably they appear in Borderlands 4. So let's get right into number 1, which is the Eridians are coming. Now, let's just clear something up right now. Stuff like Scourge, stuff like the Proving Grounds Guardian, stuff like the Watcher, these are not Eridian creatures. This has been confirmed numerous times, and especially internally in Borderlands 3, I can confirm that these are not listed as Eridians. They are listed as Guardians, and a Guardian is not an Eridian. The Guardians were basically created by the Eridians. I know Eruption Fang's gonna watch this and have a heart attack, but basically the Guardians are not Eridians. They are guardians of the things the Eridians have created. They are there to protect them. And while we have seen stuff like signage and statues of the Eridians, we haven't actually seen what one looks like yet. We haven't had a physical Eridian being that we have fought, unless it is confirmed that we have seen one, but they just weren't told to us as being Eridian, but we haven't actually had a formal introduction to one. However, after looking at the trailer for Borderlands 4 of the reveal, I'm pretty sure everybody can 1000% agree that that in the trailer that picks up that Psycho Mask is an Eridian. And I think we can all agree that if the war does happen in Borderlands 4, then what we will be facing off against, or at least fighting alongside, is going to be the Eridians, or what remains of them. I am very, very excited to find out what this is going to look like when it all plays out, especially after Randy Pitchford mentioned that we're not going to be fighting Handsome Jack in Borderlands 4. We're going to be fighting something way more sinister, and the keyword on something, this of course pointing to it being not humanoid, and the only thing I can think of that they would put us against is an Eridian Overlord. So I cannot wait to see what that looks like in Borderlands 4, and if you're excited for it, make sure you're subbed to the channel, because we're going to be covering it like hell when it comes out. But that is going to do it for this video. Those are 5 things that I think you need to know going into Borderlands 4. Things that hopefully get you a little more excited for the game, and things that give you a little more context on what is going on if you've been out of the loop for a while now. But give me 5 things in the comment section down below that you think people need to know going into Borderlands 4, because I probably missed some really obvious ones. I've got a bad habit of doing that. So let me know what you think 5 things in the comment section down below that people need to know before they go into Borderlands 4, and I'll pin the best one. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you all in the next video. Take it easy.